Okay, welcome to the Trading Buddy Futures and Forex forecast for the week of March the 4th. Sorry, it's a little late getting out. I was traveling over the weekend and I don't really do much on Sundays. So I figured I'd just give like an update here for the start of the week and we can talk about what to expect this week and what we saw last week. So last week we did say we might see some coming down here in the stock futures, but we did rally uh, Thursday, Friday. So you can see the advanced decline line is slowly, steadily going up as well. And so I don't expect a huge pullback in the stock market until we see that, until we see a break at 50-60. That's kind of a key point that I'm watching. And so we are overbought, but when it comes to these runs in the market, it doesn't matter how long it's overbought. It's like telling a hippo to stop charging you. So it's not going to stop. It's just going to keep coming. And so you just got to wait for the signs of it to stop before you get in. So when it comes to the ES, the Nasdaq, even the Russell has been really strong as well, and the Dow. Just wait for those formations of a lower high or a big move down with that volatility moving back up to start a sell before you jump in on the short side. Otherwise, let's stay on the sidelines for this and just wait for a pullback. Precious metals has been finally kind to us as silver has made a rally off of the bottom Thursday and Friday, and even today here early Monday morning, we are seeing a rise in the precious metals markets, the one we've been waiting for a while. We're almost at the 24. I've got targets at 24.50 on my silver trade. We may take it just depending on how strong it could be breaking through this area, but I'm going to be holding on to this week and seeing if it can get back up to to those 24.50 levels. We've been waiting on gold as well for a nice move back up to the 2100, and I can tell you I'm very happy camper, because all this waiting from the beginning of the year to get up to this level, we have finally gotten to it. So the patience has paid off for this position. I'm taking profits on gold here at the 21.15 area, and then we'll stay on the sidelines. We're still going to be there on silver. Uh, that kind of means that gold could continue to go up, but at this point, it's going to be a nice take profit that we've been waiting for a while. Crude oil steadily makes its way to the upside. It's been kind of grinding its way. We've been expecting bullishness ever since the beginning of February, so we've gotten that, but it's been taking its own sweet time. And so, any day now, I think we could see maybe a spike back up in the mid 80s. But for now, we'll just wait. We'll just wait and see. Just keep your stops below the 75.50 area. That's kind of where I have my stops, and you could have it even more conservative up at the 77 level. But yeah, we're still bullish on the crude oil and the energies. The last couple of weeks, but we've been waiting for natural gas to make a move back to the upside. And a couple weeks ago, we were down on this level, and I said, okay, we need to make a formation of a lower high and then break that. And we've done exactly that. We're doing that today. It's looking very bullish at this point. We may get a pullback, but uh, we are up at these levels of an old low. Sometimes that makes for a new resistance for it to come back down. So be careful of that. But again, I am expecting bullishness in the energies, so I'm expecting it to get back up at least up into this 2.4 area. Um, of natural gas. But for now, I'm in it long, and we're going to be holding on for the ride. Soybeans is starting to make a move to the upside as well. It consolidated all last week, and it has broken a previous high that hasn't happened in a while. And so it's kind of breaking this channel. But what we'll want to see is same thing that we saw with natural gas: an attempt to go higher, and a formation of a higher low, and then for it to come up like that. And it could get back up into these 1200, 1300 ranges very easily, very quickly. And so, as far as soybean and grains are concerned, we're bullish. We're waiting for bullish signals. It looks like we may be getting some of these finally into the third month of the year here. And here we are with wheat. You can see that we've been in this consolidation for quite a while. This area of this price, 560, 550, all the way, up to the 600, 624 area. So we are still at these lows in the demand area, and soybean is kind of making its move, and I expect that wheat will follow. And so we've still got a small position on. If it makes a break and makes that formation of a higher low, we'll probably grab on a couple more contracts and hang out for the ride. So bullish on the grains. We kind of formed a base here on the US bond market, but it's last week it was really choppy. Friday it made a move to the upside, but it's come back down a little bit. I still don't know really what to expect on this one. I'm still on the sidelines, but I think near to the midweek, middle of mid-month, that is, not midweek, but mid-month of March, that we may be getting some weakness in the dollar and see bonds go up maybe to the 120 121 level back up to here. And so maybe look for buy signals here, but I'm going to be on the sidelines watching my natural gas and uh, grain positions. And so we'll keep an eye on this one, but stay on the sidelines. Okay, let's take a look at our forex pairs that we like. I like to look at the dollar yen first, as you know. So let's take a look here. The dollar yen has been kind of choppy uh, this month, the last month or so. And even though with the dollar strength, we haven't seen it make a bigger move here against the Japanese yen. We've got these highs up here. So I think the Bank of Japan is wanting to do something to push the market down. We got last week, we got an attempt to move down, but it's recovered from that. And so keep an eye on the yen. These resistance levels hold, then we could see formations of lower highs, lower lows, and maybe come back down to this 146. Maybe if we get some intervention, it'll come back down on 140s. And so we'll see how the dollar yen plays out. When it comes to the pound, we did kind of expect it to make a move when it was coiling right in here last week, and then it made a move back down here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It made a move back up, and here today, Wednesday, we're coming back up into these resistance levels. So again, I've been very leery on on the pound because I'm not exactly sure what direction it wants to go, and it doesn't either. It's been very choppy back and forth here. So uh, we're at a resistance level. We could wait and see if it breaks it here. If it comes up into this 2770 area, this is definitely going to be a sell area for me, unless there's some sort of news that shows a lot of dollar weakness and the dollar starts to sell off. But it could easily start breaking above there. But I think we'll see some more chop around here, even if it gets up to these levels, and it'll chop back around into these consolidation levels here. With the euro dollar, you can see the same thing. We had this channel, it started to break a little bit. It came back down to this level here, and it's bouncing back up. And so same analysis as the pound. We could see ourselves get back up above these levels, but you can see that comparing this pair to the British pound is pretty much up into these ranges, close to the previous pivots up here, while the euro is still way down here. And so the euro is much weaker than the pound. And so if you're looking for, shorter term selling opportunities, you'd want to be a seller of the euro rather than of the pound because it is weaker. And so that's something to consider. But if it starts to get strong against the dollar, it has a lot more room to come back up into these ranges before indecision kind of comes back. And so uh, we'll keep an eye on whether or not the dollar is going to weaken, and otherwise it'll just probably chop around in these areas for the next little while, like it has been. And last but not least is the euro yen. I mentioned last week's forecast that we are overextending the market into previous highs, and so this was a sell signal for me, looking for a break, and we got that. And my targets were right above these old pivot levels at 162 like oh 05. And so on that particular day, Thursday, all my targets to the short side were hit, made a nice little profit. I was waiting for maybe an extension down and a 3-bar reversal back to the upside, but it immediately recovered on Friday and then today as well. So I kind of missed the opportunity to go back long, even though it was right there at that previous high. It became new support. But that's just trading the pivots, and I talked about that in my P3 method class, where hey, we're just trading the pivots here on the daily. It's overextended in the previous pivot points up here. It's going to come back before it continues to rise. It's going to come back and probably test this pivot and then bounce from there. And that's exactly what it did. Just in order to find the timing and find the execution, that's another story. But these markets do repeat themselves when it comes to structure of trading the pivot points. So all right, well, that's going to be it for me for this forecast. Thanks again for being patient, and good to be with you. Hope your trading goes well this week. If you have any questions, email me at kevin@tradingbuddysystem.com, and we will talk to you and help you out as best we can. So thanks so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.